organization and you can create something easily. I remember when someone was announcing IBM will launch the personal computer. And one high executives on the IBM said, who needs a personal computer in their home? What are you doing with that? We don't need a desktop stuff. Forget it. Nobody needs that. Yes. Look at the history, guy. You find this. I don't put the names here, but yeah, it's happened. When an IBM guy said, nobody needs a personal computer. Ask for help. Ask for a business consultant. He can provide you guidance on the tools, provide guidance on your business and make this happen. So create realistic goals to your company. So sometimes this is a part of the game that can help you in 2-3%, not 100%. So that's the right way to move forward. I don't know. Maybe you need to change your business. Maybe you need to change your organization. Outsource part of your production.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of We Are CyberTalks. Today I'm introducing an accomplished AI strategist and global business advisor, Marcos de Almeida Fugulin. With over 2 decades of leadership experience spanning IBM, Intel, Oracle, Dassault Systems, and more, Marcos brings a unique blend of AI expertise, consultative selling, and strategic growth to every product that he touches. Currently serving as Generative AI's mentor for AI entrepreneurs and regional USA ambassador, Marcos advocates for ethical AI, promotes hackathons, and raises awareness around transformative technologies. In his role as a senior business advisor at Infinite CXO, he guides startups and established companies towards fractional leadership models that pair agility with executive level insights. With that said, please join me in welcoming Marcos in today's episode of VR CyberTalks.
Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely perfect. And I'm very excited to hear everything that you have to say. AI is the buzzword right now, and everything to do with AI is up in the news, and I'm covering it daily. So I'm really excited.
Okay, thank you so much to have me here.
Great. Okay, so let's move on with the first question. What sparked your passion for generative AI or artificial intelligence as a career? Was it an early adventure of witnessing its effectiveness in your early years, or the excitement of something you saw in movies come to life?
Oh my gosh, there is a lot of stuff, Mohammed. I'm fascinated for AI and artificial intelligence for a long time in my life. I can see different kind of technologies born in different kind of times during my career. And I really like when I worked for Intel and IBM and other big players in the world, the development for that. So I see a lot of theoretical situations before, but as soon as saw in 2020 was a boom because we have power enough to process the AI intelligence or in AI softwares and generate different kind of stuff. And you mentioned to me in terms of movies, there is a lot of. So you can tell me about a Star Trek. 2001, the Space Odyssey, and Blade Runner, when we have the androids talking, etc. That's a really great stuff, and you can see something become reality. The StarTalk from Nokia, guess what? Star Trek, right? The communicator is a flip phone. Is the same communicator that the crew on the Star Trek using to communicate. Was something that will become reality. And everything that you saw in the movies nowadays is a reality, and if not, much more, right? So that's sparked my idea. And you can see the tricorder in the Star Trek that can make some diagnostics. Guess what? We have AI nowadays that can do diagnostics, sometimes better and more precise than some doctors in the world. So that's what I see, and I see there a lot of relevant stuff to human being nowadays appear in the market.
That's amazing. And since you say that, we have a lot to look forward to right now. There's a lot.
Absolutely. You see something in your house nowadays, you have somebody coming to your house. Another movie, a cartoon, the Jacksons. You see the Rose, the robot. We are close to do that, man. Maybe you have some cyber stuff or robots in your house that can make some interactions. Nowadays, you can interact with your phone through Gemini and have a conversation. So that's pretty amazing and scary in the same time.
It is. I agree. And with that, let's move on. So some argue that AI can free us from routine tasks, creating room for more creative work, which is pretty generic. Others see it mainly as a threat to job security, generic as well. Companies like Salesforce, Klarna, and Turnitin are replacing tasks once done by people. Where do you think we draw the line between embracing efficiency and protecting the livelihoods of people?
Man, it's a amazing question, and I think it's both will happen. Something that you cannot avoid. It's inevitable. I really think every time that you have a technology revolution, the jobs will be under the spot, right? So we have two choices: be where you are, as you is, and or you move and adapt yourself. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes not possible. But workforce needed to reveal everything that they're doing in the marketplace, companies and employees as well. I really think that some jobs will be replaced. Yes, there's no way to avoid it, but not 100%. There are a lot of stuff the AI is not able to do right now. The control must to keep, the decision control must to keep in the human being side. You can see a lot of stuff generated by AI, response, and etc. But it's up to you to use this kind of results or response on behalf of the AI, because the AI is just helping you to be more productive and not replacing your job. So that's what I think. AI must to empower the human being. That's the whole message that I think. You can see AI doing a lot of stuff at the same time better than humans, of course, processing data better than everyone, yes. Lawyers, for instance, if you need to search for data or cases, AI can do a better job than any kind of guys going to the Google and searching for this kind of information, of course. But you need to trust in the data that is behind the information that it will bring to you. You need to trust in the database behind that. So you need to think about the ethical and transparency. This is very important for the technology. Again, can remove some jobs, yes. For repetitive tasks like cold calls, customer support, and etc., yes. But even those situations, there's a limit. And you need to transfer the call for a human being that you will be responsible to be in touch with the other human being in order to make this happen. So, yeah, some displacements will happen. AI will be there. But again, think about that. We cannot dismiss the natural intelligence. The human being have emotions. Human being have some decisions. Sometimes it could be logical to do something, but it's not the best way to do. You need to rethink about it. So logical sometimes doesn't mean that is the correct way to move forward. You need to make some analysis on that. You make some evaluation before you move forward. And that's the point. Again, yeah, some people will lose the jobs. Some jobs will disappear. And that's the reality. Nowadays, you can ask for AI create a code for a new website. So what the web developers will do, right? So you need to adapt themselves. You need to leave your comfort zone and think about yourself, reshape what you're doing. So it's the way that you move forward together. It's not a survival mode, because survival is something for the short term, but it's something that I think how we can coexist with this. Emotional intelligence is still with us, and that will be very, very hard to replicate. So that's what I think about this in terms of AI and etc. By the way, everything is happening so fast, and people that is not moving will be behind. And you know what's happening when you stay behind, right? So somebody will forget you, you'll be there, and nobody will call you for the next party. So that's my thoughts about it.
Like when you were answering the question, I kept wondering, what is just off the top of your head, is there any job that AI cannot replace? Have you ever noticed? I wrote an article about this, so which is why I'm asking a question. I actually know about one job that I can prove AI cannot replace, which is a stand-up comedian. right?
Yeah.
But there's no way to prove this, but I wrote an article on it, so it's my judgment. But have you seen any
Mhm.
job that's not possible to replace?
It's not possible to replace. I think doctors is something very hard to replace. They can help the doctors to help them to find a better diagnostic, analyze better some 3D images, DICOM files, for instance. But it's up to the doctor to find the best way to talk with the patient. Yeah, you have this kind of lymphoma or cancer, whatever, but you cannot just throw this in the face of the patients, right? So you need to talk with them, see different kinds of ways, talk about your behavior that you need to change. AI can suggest to you a lot of stuff, but it's impossible to replace. Teacher. Teacher is something amazing. People said, I cannot keep with the teachers anymore because I have any AI there. No, AI is a lot of information, data, and that's it. How you can customize to the student the best way, how you can personalize the best way to teach someone. You are overwhelmed with the information nowadays, and the new generation will be stressed with this kind of stuff. So you need the teachers to guide them, to mentor them. Expertise in the life is better than any kind of situation. Again, AI is a tool that can help you a lot. But if I give you a hammer to cut a tree, yeah, maybe you can do that, but it will take a lot of effort. Maybe you can't. The size of the tree could be hard. So that's the way. And if you are working in this environment, doesn't matter the tool, you can use the tool in your favor to do something or build something that can cut the tree, not necessarily using the hammer. So that's the experience that I think that it will be impossible to be replicated on AI. So AI is too logical and bring to you data and information. And those jobs that are request some communication and human touch never will be replaced. They can diminish sometimes, they can empower sometimes, but you keep there. A lot of jobs you can see they will disappear. Of course, you can ask AI to make a joke, but it's not the same that you go to the stand-up, right? It's totally different stuff. Why? Emotion. The people can read your body language, can read the audience feedback to the jokes and adapt themselves for the situation. We are far to have this coming from AI. I never say that's impossible because impossible exists until someone do it. Right?
Absolutely.
So again, 2021, it would be impossible to think that we are talking with a computer. Nowadays, I can talk with my cell phone and they respond to me and it's nice, but it's not the same that you have a colleague or a friend that I can hug, that I can touch and have a good conversation. So every job that requests a human touch, a human sentiment, human emotion, I think is still there. It will be hard to predict something because we are talking about something that is running in an amazing speed. And the change that I have seen in the last years is amazing. So I cannot say and predict something. I have this in my book as well, some jobs that are under the situation and others that is not. Paralegal, for instance, this could disappear, but a lawyer, I'm not so sure. Again, teacher, no, teacher will be there, I think. And it's necessary to have the human touch to educate, not only educate in terms of culture, in terms of educational, but also the society, sociability, how you can be together with other people. And we are not a single individual, right? You live in a society. How we can break those sometimes stupid barrier that we can create, just the human touch, human sentiment on that. So that's, I think, never will disappear. People that leave your home, go to other country, better can speak their language just to help other people there. It's amazing. I don't see any kind of computer or artificial intelligence doing that because they are willing to do. You know what I mean? So it's something that comes from your heart, your soul. Doesn't matter your religion, but the emotion that we have never will disappear. And it's part of the human being to care about those stuffs and increase. And you need to evolve as the AI evolving the technology. As a human being, we must to do the same. It's our opportunity. And I really think if you do that, your job will be safe, your profession will be safe, and maybe new kind of professions and jobs appear in the future because of this. So maybe something, I really think never disappear. It's a transformation. And you need to transform yourself to, do something. Again, leave the comfort zone, think about what you're doing, think about what's happening in the world, and fulfill the blanks. That's the secret to keep the jobs and something in the place.
Thank you for that advice, Marcos. That was amazing. All
Thank
right.
you.
So let's move on. I was on your LinkedIn, obviously, and I read a post on your LinkedIn about fractional leadership, which is a relatively new concept for me. So it predicts the future of leadership may lie in the gig economy, which has already been the trend recently. What's the most exciting part about seeing the C-suite transform into a more gig model, and what are potential pitfalls to watch out for?
That's a great question. Yes, the market is already changed. Some people or companies didn't realize yet, but we are living in a different scenario right now. And the flexible executives and the fractional executives is pretty important for the companies nowadays. First of all, if let's suppose that you are moving to United States or other country and you need to internationalize your company, and you don't know how to do business in the area 100%. You are not there, right? So we'll try to hire executives that have experience. So that's take a lot of time. That's take a lot of effort. And maybe you're hiring the wrong person with the right knowledge. So how you can replace this person fast? So that's the beauty when you have a flexible executive. They bring intelligence. They bring a lot of market knowledge. And your go-to market to instead to be 6 months or 1 year could be 3 months. And have a different kind of engagement with your team because he's not the big boss, he's the guy to make something happen in your company. You see the difference? I'm not afraid to work for this guy. Look, I use the word afraid because sometimes people are afraid to lose their jobs. But when you have a fractional or a flexible executive, what he's doing? He's trying to do the best for the company, use the best resources inside the company, people, hardware, software, whatever that you have there to make this happen. Because it's the goal. And if you don't like this person, guess what? Take the phone. Hey, Mr. Joe here is not okay. Bring Mrs. Mary. That could be better too. No problem at all. And the guy, you pass the baton and you can move forward. And in this time, you'll be trained by them to become the leader of the company because you're foreign. You're not there. You don't have the experience. And for a fraction of the amount that you spend for a traditional C-level executive, you can get at this point. However, you need to be careful about it. So you need to think in a different way. You cannot think with the 90s mind, something like that, or the structure organization, the pyramid, etc. You need to change the way that you see your companies nowadays, right? As you can hire someone in Pakistan to work in Italy, and someone from Brazil to work in the same place, doesn't matter because the resources are there, the knowledge are there. You think the same for the executives is the same. However, again, get some traps that you can go out there. If you miss the communication, if you don't follow the work, if you don't provide the right data and information that is necessary. Sometimes people are there doing like a business consultant, just providing guidance, but not executing something in your company because it's the job for the consulting, right? So provide the right way, provide your advice and mentoring. But the flex executives are there to make this and more, to make this happen. So avoid the scenario that you're hiring just a consultant person. That's part of the game. They must work together. That's one situation that you need to avoid and think about the needs that you have in your company. Think about it not only to put someone there to fix your problem. Sometimes the problem is your operation, your organization. Sometimes you need a business consultant plus a C-level guy that could be changed in the next months. Let's say that you have a CMO to organize your marketing, but it must be aligned with the CEO. And also you need to hire some CTO to put everything together to generate more demand for your company and etc. So you can use different kind of resources. So don't be stuck in one person. There are no Superman, nobody wearing a red cape, right? Big ass in the chest to solve all your problems. So avoid this kind of scenario. Trust 100% in one person to find everything for your company. So if you have the flexible guy, you need to keep a good communication. You need to keep the good teamwork, work with him, look for the succession plan, who will be replace this person or who can help this person to perform a little bit better. So if you work in this scenario, you'll be avoiding some situations that can jeopardize your business or put your company in a bad scenario in the future using this kind of stuff. So you need to open your mind and heart for everything that the guy will say to you, or the guy or the girl, I don't know, and be ready to listen and make something happen. Don't block yourself. Don't be stuck in the status quo. We need to change. The scenario changed. Look what's happening with the new generation coming to the marketplace versus the old generation coming to the marketplace. And the beauty of that, you need to think about the day, right? So diversity and inclusion, it's part of the play. So thinking about everything, you can avoid to go in the scenarios that will be worse than you are looking for right now. So it's the way to execute this flawless as possible. So again, communication, teamwork, open mind, and be ready to act. That's what's my 2 cents to avoid some pitfalls in this situation.
That was crystal clear, and I can quickly see the benefits of what you're suggesting here. We can easily keep up with the trends in the market. A person can bring his best for a certain time of a company and then move on. So I see what you're talking about. That makes sense.
Yeah, and also just one more point is very important. Nowadays, everybody are under pressure. Imagine those executives that are leader responsible for 200 lives. And the person sometimes are so under pressure that got sick, that cannot move forward. Be stuck because they don't have a lot of knowledge or cannot see in a broader view. It's so straight.
Yes.
And that's the beauty. Call another one. Be two in a box. The flexible executive is not there to replace you, just to help your business and yourself. Maybe the executive said, hey guy, guess what? I will be part of the time here, and this guy will be part of the time there as well. And you work very, very good because you have the same goal, the same strategy. And they can put like in a computer language, a better load balance in terms of the pressure under the leaders. And you can execute this beautiful. It's beautiful. Again, rethink about the organization, the structure of the organization. That is not the same that it used to be. If you don't embrace this kind of reality, I can say to you that you can see less and less company in the market nowadays, because there are a lot of pressure in the executives, narrow vision, and not open to the new scenario, to the new tools, the new facilities that we have around us to help us to make the business moving forward.
Makes absolute sense. I agree. All right, moving forward, Marcus, what was your first thought when you heard that Australia slammed the brakes on DeepSeek? And it's not just Australia, there are other countries now as well. When governments ban or heavily regulate AI tools, how do we weigh national security concerns against the desire to remain globally competitive in tech?
Man, the 2 words that come to my mind is lack of transparency and ethical issues, right? So I don't know what's happening there. It's so magical stuff. And by the way, there's no magic on technology, right? Technology is no magical stuff. It's a pure science. It's 1 and zeros. That's it. So when you see this kind of scenario, that means I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening in the ambassadors. So I need to be careful. So block everything. It's a human being reaction, right? So I'm afraid. So no. Right? The body language, no, stop. That's what a human being does. But again, you need to think about the security for your country. And by the way, your own information, right? As a person, you need to protect yourself and you need to protect your nation. So if you don't know what's happening there, okay, let's stop. Let's analyze everything there. Let's collect more information as possible and see if you can move forward or not. That's a legitimate concerns. That's, I think, that can happen anywhere. I saw that before, you saw that before with different kind of language in Europe, right? So ChatGPT in the past, nowadays is a different scenario. So it's okay. But again, when you talk about AI, those two words that I mentioned to you, transparency and ethical and ethics, is very important. It's very important. And if you don't see that, don't use that. Even to generate your picture or any kind of stuff personally, don't do that. If you don't trust, if you don't see that happen, don't do it. Avoid. However, you cannot block everything. If you cannot block, because it should be blocked like how you can block Pablo Picasso, for instance, to paint something. It's a creativity stuff. You cannot block him. Oh, avoid to do that. Come on, it's impossible, right? Doesn't mean that you like the paintings or not, but it's about the creativity and the freedom to create tools to help people. But again, you need to trust on their development. You need to trust about the people that are developing something. So that brings to me the scenario that is AI is not just money. If you do that, you can create a monster that will become a beast under the internet. So how it can hold something on the internet? It can't. It's impossible to hold something on the internet nowadays. There are no frontiers, there are no barriers. You can try to prohibit this, but there's other technology that can use to, go in a dark way and get us something. So again, it belongs to the human being. So if you block everything, if you put some strict regulations, you're trying to strangle the creativity, and that will be impossible to do. Regulate AI. I don't know if we can do that, to be honest with you. We are trying to regulate internet for decades. And guess what? We are not a regulated internet. We have some guidances. But a lot of people are doing something wrong on internet nowadays, hacking, dark web, whatever, right? So, yeah, okay, we can put some rules, you can put some limits, you can avoid some situations, but AI, internet is a Formula 1 speed, right? Internet is a warp speed. It's impossible to reach. It's impossible to be updated in any kind of new tools that are happening in the market daily or hourly. We talk about, I don't know, 17,000 companies in the world officially, maybe more. So it's impossible to regulate everything. And AI nowadays, developer AI has become a little bit, let's say, affordable. You can develop AI in your own computer. You don't need, a farm of servers doing that. They're decreasing the request for the hardware and increasing the software and the minds. That means, again, creativity. So how we can regulate that? You talk about it with me in other questions, how we can see the jobs disappear. Creativity. Computer create nothing from nothing. You need to ask him, ask the computer to create something, and they will create. So again, it belongs to the human being, right? So if you can trust in the person that is developing the tool, you can trust the tool will be ethical and it will give you all the transparency that you need. If not, it's a problem. So AI is not a problem. The human being is still the problem. So that's my point on that. Again, regulates too much, it will be complicated because you have no tools, no something new coming to the market. But in the same time, it will be impossible to regulate something that everyone can do that. I have some tools, LLM stuffs in my computer that is not online. I can create something by myself if I wish, if I have something good here as a hardware part. But you see, nowadays, you have DeepSeek, 500,000, 10 people, boom. How much was expended to create ChatGPT? But it's happened with the future, right? Something will be affordable, something will be easy, you can have more access to the data, the information, and you can create something easily. I remember when someone was announcing IBM will launch the personal computer. And one high executives on the IBM said, who needs a personal computer in their home? What are you doing with that? We don't need the desktop stuff. Forget it. Nobody needs that. Yes. Look at the history, guy. You find this. I don't put the names here, but yeah, this happened. When IBM guy said nobody needs a personal computer. I remember once people said, try to think to have something mobile. like something that you can put in your lap instead of to put on your table. Oh man, come on. Something in your lap, in top your lap, laptop. You see, something that are created that you think that is not possible. If you regulate too much, you don't have a cell phone. And guess what? The man went to the moon with a very strict technology. And the technology that you have in your hand in a cell phone is thousands better than the technology that they had there. And they go to the moon and back to the moon and still alive. So you see, it's possible, but you cannot regulate too much. If not, you can struggle the creativity. But I mean, you need to trust on the human people. So don't think about the AI regulation. Try to take better people behind the tools, develop that. Again, it's not a technological, it's a human behavior.
That's a refreshing way to look at the situation. All I thought was that it's political, but as time passed, I saw that a lot of people were finding problems with DeepSeek, and there were data leaks, which I covered as well. So yes, what you're saying does make sense. The political part of the political perspective of DeepSeek is something that I have forgotten. I don't think that problem exists.
Yes, it's part of everything, right? Again, AI is it's something more democratic than you can imagine. I made some prompts asking AI about AI. What do you think about yourself? Somebody must charge to use your knowledge, to use this tool, and AI said no. It's something that everyone must access. Everyone must have the right to have information and improve himself. So if the AI think in this way, why you're not thinking this way? Why you need to put some secret lines in the code to extract information and whatever? Again, it's a human being stuff. You need to, in this way, if you think a geopolitical scenario, economic scenario, everything, and you think about a profit, you will destroy the humans. You destroy everything. What are you doing with the nature? What are you doing in Amazon? What are you doing with the rivers? What are you doing in Arctic? The planet have already a lot of catastrophes like volcans, hurricanes, and etc. against us. Why you need to create something worse to make this worse? So I think of this way. You have a scenario that is not so good. Why you need to do something? People and people. You need to think about the governance. You need to think about economic scenario, everything. Yes, absolutely. But again, it's the human being behavior. Period. Political, economical, whatever. You can name that. But it's the human being behavior behind the tools that are put in place, especially nowadays with the AI that is already in your life, you like or not, is there. So don't hire someone because it's so technically well professional. Think about the human values behind the person. That will be more value nowadays than only technical whatever that you do. You can learn new technologies all the time, but it's very hard to teach someone as be a human being, a nice human being, or respect those viewpoints. I think sometimes that you need to take more time to develop something good to human beings than just put something in place and make some noise on the market, make some impact on the economy, whatever. It's a competition that is no winner.
All right. Thank you for that, Marcus. And we can safely say that what we were discussing right now was on the macro level. So what I'm going to do is break it down a little and talk about small businesses in the next question. So AI promises efficiency, better decision making, and improved customer interactions. Sure. What are some of the mistakes you see small businesses make when they first start using AI, and how can they avoid them?
Great question again. Good questions you provided me. I think SMB is I mean, I don't think SMB is the largest market in the world, right? So you can see a lot of companies around that the guys could be very good in their business, but sometimes they don't have view for this kind of situations or tools. They don't have time. As a business owner or entrepreneur, you need to focus what you're doing the best. But you can see AI help the small business for cold calls. Answer your phone. Now I have my AI assistants answer my phones during our conversation here and taking notes for me, in behalf of me, or providing my calendar, or sending different kind of message for other people in my organization here that help me to be more productive, right? So if I was in the field doing something, someone answered my phone, is an AI, it's great. It's cost me very small money, sometimes no money. Sometimes you have a free tool for that. That's beauty. Cold calls. I don't have time to be on the phone all the time to try to find some customers. And AI can do 5,000 calls per minute or per day, behalf of me, natural language. It's amazing the solutions that we have. And sometimes there is more money that you need to put at the table. And guess what? You can customize as you want to do that. So that's the beauty of that. But the mistakes. Don't try everything that you see on internet every day. I mean, influencers, that's okay. But the way they're trying to sell themselves and the tools is not a miracle. You cannot, create something from nothing and become a millionaire in 3 weeks. It's impossible. I mean, some people can try that, but pay attention what you're doing. Many times people put something there that is bah, but it's just a noise. It's just a noise. Just call the attention to them. They're not a concern in your business. Your business, there's some particularities that is just become for your business. Look for your business. Look what you're doing. And don't expect the AI will be the solution for tomorrow for your business. No. Sometimes you need to see all your operation. What I'm doing. Where I can put something that can help me effectively on that. What kind of tool that I have? People are overwhelmed about the AI solutions in the market. If I ask you to name some big solutions for to generate new images or pictures, man, you'll be here all the day. There are tons of this in the line. What's the best? I don't know. The best will be the best for your need for this moment, for this situation, right? So that's impossible to adopt. So if you start to adopt any tools that you saw online or something that you saw from the influencers or in the social media, it's a mistake. Stop. Think about that. Don't dismiss your people, right? Teach them. They know your business. They are in operation. They are the action area. They are on the streets facing your customers. So sometimes you need to make something to increase again your productivity. That is part of the game. So don't put someone out of your company that is used to do cold calls just because you put a tool there. No. This guy must be the responsible to educate, to teach the AI how to touch better the customers because he have knowledge, he have experience, and can manage and take actions to make some changes in the process. So educate your people and educate yourself. Again, AI is computer, so computer is 1 and zeros. So it's the basic, right? 1 and zeros. There are no 2, there are no 3, it's 1 and 0, 1 and 0 is 1 and 0. It's a binary stuff. If you learn and understand how AI works, the basic stuff, you don't need to be a technical guy, right? So you don't need to go deeper. But if you understand this, you can move forward. Again, pay attention in the ethical. Ethical is pretty important. You can lose your business if the AI have some hallucination and provide a, let's say, stupid answer for a question for your customer. The guy will be offended and go online, and guess what? The brand awareness that you did for several months or years, boom, you disappear because the AI hallucinated, provided the wrong answer. So you need to think about those mistakes that people are doing. Ask for help. Ask for a business consultant. He can provide you guidance on the tools, provide guidance on your business and make this happen. So create realistic goals to your company. So sometimes this is a part of the game that can help you in 2-3%, not 100%. So that's the right way to move forward. I don't know. Maybe you need to change your business. Maybe you need to change your organization. Outsource part of your production to be more productivity is better than to make some AI implementation. That would be complementary solution. So that's important. Ask for help. There are a lot of consultants. It's not as so expensive as the guy thinking, oh, the guy are charging me $10,000 per day. No, it's not this. This is not an expense, it's an investment. It's an investment that you do in your business. So look for your small business organization, talk with the business consultants, talk with the experts. Sometimes you need more than one person there and make this happen for your company. It's faster, easy, affordable, more affordable than people can imagine to implement the tools and etc. And again, don't create fake expectations. Fake because you don't know what is the real expectation. So don't create too much expectation about the tools that you're implementing for the results for tomorrow. It's not this way. It's not this way. Calm down, think about it, talk with some experts, get your point of view, and make this happen. This point, I think a consultant could be pretty better to you, to guide you, to mentor you, to teach you, to provide you the best trainings, and respect your business, and get the results for this. There's some business consultant committed with the results. So you pay the guy as you're getting results, you're paying the guy receives some share for that. That's fair. That is skin in the game. That is, I really think it's the way to move forward together with the SMB. And SMB must to adopt AI because the world is so competitive in marketing areas specifically, brand awareness and different kind of situations that if you gotta put it there, you're in trouble. Imagine for an entrepreneur, a solo guy there, who can help this guy? AI. But again, you need to understand what the best tools that you can put there to help you to move forward. So talk with someone and they provide the guidance, advising you areas that you need to avoid. And that's the beauty. If I know the areas that I need to avoid, I know the other choices will be the areas that I can get something. So I think it's the best way to not get in a situation or put yourself under the spot that you maybe can lose your business.
Crystal clear. Again, like most of the answers that you gave, the problem with AI is human. The human aspect of things is the problem. I agree.
Yes, man. Yes, definitely. We are creating the tool. We are. No computer starts to think by himself and say, hey, let me create something for the human guys. No, we are creating something for us. Greedy is the problem. Ambitious is okay, greedy is not. So to create too much expectations about everything is the problem. So I can say, if you go there, like in a fight, doesn't matter if you're Mike Tyson or not, you're entering a fight, don't create expectations. Doesn't matter if you're in shape, you're ready to any kind, no, you don't know what's happening during the fight. So create zero expectations, create goals, create something that you can measure, like KPIs, and move in this direction. It's the best way to move for the digital transformation and start your journey flawless as possible. I don't say zero flawless, zero mistakes, but flawless as possible.
Agreed. So you are the second person who gave their stamp of approval to Study Geek AI. The second person I interviewed, as in there are a lot of people who are probably supporting it. So I saw that you gave your badge of approval to Study Geek AI because it promises adaptive learning paths that are tailored to individual knowledge levels. Could you share a real-world example of how Study Geek AI alerts a learner about a missing piece in their knowledge puzzle and how it helps them fill that gap? I mean, I would really like to picture what happens.
It's a great question. It's a great tool, to be honest with you. And again, I know the person behind who developed this tool, so I trust on this tool and the idea for what. So it's important to establish the point. Nowadays, the students have a problem. They badly can organize themselves. There's too much stuff around. They are overwhelmed with the information that I have. So during the classes, you see the guys trying to take notes and look at the teacher, have some doubts, but it's very hard. So start with this. Let's organize the life for the students. So during the classes, the tool will be there taking notes on behalf of you, and you can pay attention in the teacher, right? You can make asks. You can interact better with the teacher or the mentor, depending on that we're doing. So think about that. People talk with people, and the class will be recorded and taking notes on behalf of you, and we'll create some stud cards or flashcards to you on the major points during the presentation, during the class, and you'll be able to organize you a little bit better and organize your studies. People sometimes prefer audio visual or instead of reading. Other people, like my daughter, love books. She's still buying books to have the physical book and read the book. It's her. My son is totally different. He's a high-tech guy, multimedia, whatever that is better to him. So this tool will help the students to organize themselves and make this happen. And based on the results that you have, you can talk with your teacher, with your professor, and ask for guidance. Ask for better way. Hey, I have these notes here. I saw that I have a problem, let's say in trigonometry or whatever. And what do you think that could be better to me? Oh, I know you. I know that you are looking everything in the classes. I know your results in the classes, and you have the same mistakes every time. Let's try to work together here. Some exercise that you can do, etc. So this will help the student to identify the lack of the room that I have during the study process, and organize and help the students to have this in his hand. He'll be able to interact better with the teacher. That's the reason that I mentioned to you, Mohammed, that a teacher never will disappear. You need them. The tool will help you to organize you, to have the studied ways, the best practice that you can put in place. But guess what? You need to talk with your teacher. Your teacher will help you, will understand you, you understand your frustration. That is very important. I'm every time that I have this, I get frustrated. I'm disappointed with myself. Hey, calm down. It's part of the game. Let's sit here and spend 30 minutes together. Computer provide you all the basics for this, and this happen. So we'll have this. In the future, this tool will be able to have a way to put your responses, your grades there. And hey, guess what? Every time that you're doing this kind of exams, you make a mistake there. So some guidance to you to make this, some suggestions. Again, the AI will suggest you the ways that you can improve yourself. But again, it's a chip, right? So I think that you need to be concerned about this. I provide you the tools, the data, the information, but you must keep in charge of the decision what you must do, not AI. So that's the way. So if you can organize the students and you can personalize the way the students can improve the knowledge, the way that I get more knowledge, that's the beauty behind. So that's the reason that I proved Geek AI, the Study Geek, because this is the way you can organize your life. Be honest with you, I was a teenager before. I know how it's complicated to organize all the books, all the notes, all the papers around you. So now you have someone that is your database, that you can get all the information, tips, and summaries to make your life a little bit easier. And you can put a focus on fulfill your needs and blanks that you have during the studying process.
That's absolutely very interesting. I would really like to try out StudyGeek AI on my own. I said the same thing to the last person who said that. I have to get to it. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
All right. On your LinkedIn, you've shared a report showing a home office security layer issue in just 1 week. From Bitwarden to Malwarebytes and Wireshark, you've listed some free sources to amp your security. Which one would you recommend a home office newbie to try first, and why?
I lost your sound, Mohammed. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Maybe an issue here myself.
Should I repeat the question again?
Please, now back. Yes, sorry.
All right, I'm on it. So on your LinkedIn, you've shared a report showing a home office security layer issue in just 1 week. From Bitwarden to Malwarebytes and Wireshark, you've listed some free resources to amp your security. Which one would you recommend a home office newbie to try first and why?
Man, it's an important question. Sometimes you need to think and back to the basics, right? So put everybody in the same level before we move forward. Why I need to be concerned about that? Why I need to have my backup? Sometimes could be, oh, Marcus, it's a silly question. It's something so simple. No. You just remember that you need insurance when you have a problem. Never before. Before you just say, what I pay for the insurance, right? As soon as you have an accident and say, thank you God, I have this insurance, right? So it's the same way. You need to concern about what you're doing. The big risks that you have is not committed to protect yourself. Simple like that. No antivirus, no software. I don't care. Just my router here. My password is 12345. That's it. That's okay. No problem at all. No. Nobody's safe anymore, right? So look in the report. That is my report, by the way, from my router. You can see the number of threats that are filtered by the hardware and software that I have in place nowadays. So it's the risk. And think about it. You are working for a big organization in your home office. You are the door for those problems. You can bring a big issue to your company if you're not follow the rules and protect yourself in your house. The company have their own protections is okay, but you need to help them to protect yourself. I'm an individual that are working from my home. I have here my screens, my computer, my printer, or whatever, but I need to protect my computer, right? So backup routines, how I can recover my backup, expectations to recover my backup. If I have an issue, how I can recover my data, right? So you need to think about that. So, but at the same time, understand you're not a technical guy. You need to have something simple. So you can use different tools. Bitwarden, for instance, could be the first step. It's one of those tools that you have available. It's easy, sometimes very small costs or no costs that you can implement that. It's my suggestion. There are thousands of that. Again, educate yourself. There are different kind of free trainings online. You go to Coursera, for instance, you have basics training there for free that you can get some knowledge. Talk with an expert. And don't think that you put it there $1,000 per month. You don't need that. There are tools that could be free or very simple tools that are very small money that can help you to move in this direction, protect yourself. So this would help you. By the way, I talk about the free and open source to manage your password. That's okay. And why? Because you are managing a lot of stuff. How many times you need to put your password to access any kind of tools or any kind of website in your life during a day? Thousands. Hundreds, I don't know, depend what you're doing, right? So that's one a tool that I can put it there. The simple step to protect yourself and mitigate the risk to someone entering in your computer. You can use different kind of Malwarebytes to help you for a virus or different kind of hacking guys trying to get inside your machine for anything. But the most important, it's a free tool or tip, if you wish, your behavior. Avoid to go in everywhere, to click here to see this picture. Man, sometimes you're very curious about it. It's very tempting, free stuffs or something, don't do that. Your behavior will be the front door for everything. So if you're accessing from a Starbucks place or any kind of public Wi-Fi, you need to have protection on your computer to protect your passwords, to protect you from malwares or different kind of threads that you have nowadays in your life. I'm using my computer a lot in different kind of areas. Sometimes I'm avoiding to use online. Why? Because I don't trust in the technology. Public Wi-Fi, airports. I'll find something free here. This Wi-Fi for free. Let me connect that. Yes. Guess what? You're giving all the passwords for someone else. So your behavior. Protect yourself. Look the reports that you have in your router and tools to see what's happening there. I saw something coming from me. Let me protect here. This free software is not so okay because something leaking there. Increase your security, but you can do that as you are using, as you are learning, as you are more comfortable to acquire a new tool or acquire a new software to protect yourself. But it's very important. Home office nowadays is a reality. It's something that is never back. So you need to protect you. It's your data, it's your company data, your customer data. That is pretty important because you are responsible for the information that have your computer from your customers. So do it. I mentioned 2 or 3 tools here to you, Bitwarden, Malwarebytes, different kind of tools for that. But again, be my guest, choose the best one. I don't know, Marcos. Okay, take some consultation, sometimes free consultation, sometimes 30 minutes consultation for an expert. He provides you all the guidance for this. Learn, go to online trainings, blogs, and get the best choice there. It's up to you to protect yourself against the malwares.
Now we've reached the end of, I would love to ask you so many questions, but since AI is developing at an insane pace, I know I'm going to be asking you questions somewhere in the near future. So here goes the last question. What's one piece of advice you would give to those aspiring to follow your path into the AI and cybersecurity landscape, including me?
Man, another good questions. I love to talk with you, man. I can split in 2 different ways, people and corporation, right? So the professionals, study. Watching, learning, keep learning. AI and cybersecurity will evolve a lot. There is something that requires a continuous education from the people as best as you can, okay? Don't be mad. You're not an AI tool to learn everything in seconds, okay? So you're not a robot. But try to keep updated about everything that is happening in the market. Keep updated. Knew what is happening in the market. Knew the threats. Knew what's going on. See the problems that I saw in different kind of companies, like the updates that I recently put the airports down. You remember that? So yeah, it's a case. What's happening there? What's the security issue? Learn. Sometimes you don't need to learn the tool, but the process. That's important to professionals. So get a solid foundation, have some critical mind about everything that you're doing, analyze the points, think about the social impact. It's very important. So let's keep doing that and develop your solving problem skills. That's the beauty for the professionals. Doesn't matter if you're 25, 52, 63, I don't care. I think we have great minds. It doesn't matter the age or nationality, etc. I really believe in diversity. So do that and think about the real situations that you can put yourself and as a better professional. So I think for the AI and security landscape, that's it. So that I think that. For corporations, you need to think about ethical way. And again, I mentioned diversity, and diversity is very important. Don't think about experts in tools. Oh, I'm expert in this tool or that tool. Somebody can purchase a company and replace this tool easily. And guess what? You'll be out of the market. Your company will be out of the market. No, if this tool is not working, what do? Waiting for someone to fix this? Man, you need to think about the experts. You need to have someone that know the tool, but I need someone that know how to do business without the tool, right? So again, I mentioned that before, you can learn a tool easily in weeks, but a professional experience is a lifetime learning, man. How can he replace someone because he don't know the tool? It's, sorry to say, but it's a BS stuff. The guy can learn a new tool easily and can work pretty better. Even that I don't have 5 years experience on the tool, but he know I can work better using the tool for that. You remember the hammer that I mentioned? You can do better. You can say, hey, by the way, this tool is not the best tool for our business, man. Or to adopt this tool, you need to change our business. You don't see that? Sometimes no. So that's very important for the corporation. Don't forget the expertise and the guy acquired during the life. International experience is mandatory nowadays. Don't think about your country. It's very important to think about your country, absolutely. But to do business nowadays, you need to think globally. So that's something that companies must understand. Different kind of people, there are different kind of disabilities. My daughter worked for a company that helped to develop the blind Barbie. It's amazing. It's a diversity inclusion. Nobody did that before in decades. And now you need to think about this because there are blind kids around. So how can make this happen for them? Barbie is not about a beauty in the physical way, but you need to think about everything that can bring together with this tool for the people that have some disabilities. So companies embrace the diversity. It's better for your company, it's better for everything. And this will bring to you knowledge and different views for security, for AI adoption. That will bring to you expertise to use AI in the better way, to avoid mistakes. That is basic one, but you're just so concerned about the tool that you don't think about the process. And that's going to be a big mistake for companies. So embrace the diversity, embrace this kind of stuff. Don't think about it too much. Don't rely too much on technology 100%. Think about the people that have behind the tools that you are using nowadays. And if you have the professionals, be updated every time on that and have the right people there in your company. Together with the tools, you'll have the best environment as possible for the future.
And with that, Marcos, we come to an end of the episode at VR CyberTalks. I would like to thank you for pointing out how the human element of things is oftentimes the problem, and the problem is not technology. Technology is only limited to what humans can feed into it, right? As I mentioned earlier, AI, cybersecurity, information, data, all of this is just the beginning. So
yes,
I am looking forward to countless other interviews with you with much more interesting questions. These 8 questions don't even scratch the surface. I have so many more questions for you, just by the way.
No, man, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. It was a pleasure. And I look forward to have a different kind of conversation or the same conversation and a new opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcus.